The other night when Lawson had his way with you guys in the first half, it would seem like going to Daquan because he's a little bit lengthier would make sense, but you stuck with Romello. Was there a certain reason why?
Just he's a heavy guy, Lawson, and even though he moves good and he's got good feet and stuff, he's just really, I think he's stronger than you think. And I just with Mello, I just wanted to keep trying to wear him down some, and then we even switched Z on him for a little bit just to. That's how good he is on defense. He could guard Vic for a lot of the game, and he could also put him on Lawson. So it was just kind of, it was a gut thing more, just instinctive thing. And Lake will play more, and he'll have bigger impact, I think, on what we're going to do throughout the rest of the season. It just, it just wasn't his night, if that makes any sense.
And then I want to ask you one other question about Romello. There was a play in the second half where he got the ball at the elbow. Rob cut and he threw a nice bounce pass. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Did he have that kind of passing ability vision last year?
Romello?
Or is that just something he's just kind of put together?
He can face up, and we're going to see zone, I would think, a lot versus Princeton. That'd be my guess. And, we're very comfortable with him in the high post and moving the ball side to side. And if you watch Romello play, when we throw him the ball in the post and he gets doubled, he's a willing passer, and he's made some really good passes out of the post. So he's unselfish too. He's not like a guy that is just looking to score all the time.
Were you curious to see how the teams are going to respond in practice after the Kansas game, and how do you feel they have done so far?
In my past years, I've had some tough practices the day after Christmas, and that was my biggest fear. I lost one of my key players at Buffalo for a few weeks with an ankle, and Eric Jacobson, I believe, got hurt the day of that practice after Christmas, and so we were able to survive that and get through it these last 3 days healthy. So that was a big plus.
And the way they responded, in terms of their mindset and being even keel after such a big win.
I mean, I think they're pretty grounded. I know that they're pretty confident too, and they feel good about what they did. But when you have a win like that, it could either make you think you're better than you are and you're not willing to work as hard, or you could know, like, hey, if we keep working at it and we keep getting better, where can this thing really go? And I think that we fell into the second category more. Very good maturity about how hard we practiced, like the last 2 days.
Offensively, what do you think were the major things you had to correct after the Kansas game?
I just think we got to convert more. We had some high quality shots and we just didn't make layups, or we got fouled and just could have got a 3-point play and said we didn't make the shot. I think a lot of it comes down to that. And but I thought our ratio of 3-point field goal attempts relative to 2-point field goal attempts was very solid, and I think our ball movement was way better in practice last couple of days than even it was in the Kansas game. I think some of it is just you're so excited to play, and you can't replicate that, how those guys felt in the first half, just with that type of crowd and playing the #1 team. So you don't always play well on offense in games like that, but as the game wore on, we got better at that end of the floor.
As far as Luguentz Dort, I mean, I know cold from the field the last couple of games. Have you seen in practice improvement in that area?
Yeah, I mean, Lou's going to be fine, and he's just, again, you have that breakout start like he had, and then teams start to really scout and focus on it, and the game plan is like right at the top of the list of who you're trying to contain. So it's just going to be him seeing where his opportunities are, and he had a great play in practice today where he drove baseline and just kept a live dribble and just kind of extended the play like 2 more seconds until he found the open teammate. And then he'll be able to strike a balance of knowing when he could get to the basket and finish and put the other team on their heels, or making the right pass to a teammate.
It seemed like he did a better job of, I remember one time he came off a ball screen and pulled up in the mid-range, and then when he got to the lane, he passed a little bit more. It seemed like he did a better job. I mean, is that what you saw?
We're showing him film. We're talking about that. We obviously watched the Vanderbilt game and showed him clips from there about just minor things that he could look out for as he plays. We're not going to change his game. That doesn't need to happen at all. So but we do need to kind of make him aware and help his development and seeing those things. But mean, when you go through a game where there's so many high-level plays in a game, I keep going back to that block he had, 2 hands, and then he got the ball down the floor in like 3 seconds or less, and it was just crazy what he's capable of doing, and made the right pass, and Tayshaun had a great finish. So, he was involved in like momentum shifting plays like that throughout the game.
What do you do with your starting 5 now that Rob's kind of they're starting to hit his stride?
I think Rob knows that he's a starter. I mean, I think that really there are 7 starters, and that's how we look at it. And you just got to distribute the minutes as best you can. And Rob had a great game going, and he got it. He got the minutes he needed to have the impact he had. So I think that we are where we need to be in that area. If you get guys from anywhere from like 28 to 32 instead of like 36 or 38, it's gonna make them, just be more efficient out on the floor.
You think is Remy 100% yet, or not?
I mean, he's bouncing around like himself. In practice, he's happy. He's talking. He's making plays. And, he had great acceleration in the Kansas game. He was, the real test with an ankle is, could you drive the ball like 75 miles per hour like he can, and then stop on a dime? And those were the shots he was making when he was healthy and last year, and he hit 2 really big ones in the second half versus Kansas.